Hey everyone. I am not sure what just happened, but the live somehow got I don't know, not canceled. I guess canceled for that specific segment's time frame. I think I switched out of the window. Anyway, this is we're back. It was uncanceled for sure. Yeah, so this is the computer show, just to bring it back to center, right? This is gonna be a computer show. I'm Tired Goth, and we're gonna talk about one of the functions I really like to use personally. It's super useful when you are in a terminal window and you want to kind of run a command inside of the terminal window in another app. So I'm going to show you how this is actually done. Thank you so much for joining my fan club. Thank you, Crazy Sinke. Thank you. So this as a computer show is actually going to get in depth. Thank you for my rose for the use of applications inside of a text-based terminal. Okay, so what we're going to have here is a window that is primarily made of just words. It's text, it doesn't have pictures, it doesn't have anything like that. And what we actually do with this is run an application inside of it, also text-based, and then inside of that application we can run programs. Now the way that this works is these programs are actually libraries. They're all libraries. So what this means is the applications will open up as packages inside of this application, and the app just runs everything. What this means for your machine is it debloats or takes up less space than anything else that you would be using. You don't need to download any apps outside of this. You don't need to download any software from Google Play or iOS, although I'm not sure if this particular app, TermUX, runs. It's what we're going to be using today. I don't know if TermUX runs on iOS just yet, but what it does have is an Android compatibility. So this, do you see this teeny tiny laptop right here? I got this on the TikTok shop, and this is the machine we're going to be using today. I'm just going to set a thing up here before we begin. If you are interested in supporting me as a creator, as a researcher, and as somebody who makes amazing content, then I'm gonna set 2 links here. You do with it what you will. And I would be super grateful for any of your submissions here. So just let me know. It's not mandatory, it's just really greatly appreciated. So I'm gonna pin this up at the top. There you go. Okay, so this this mini laptop thing, it's about a 10-inch laptop. This machine is going to be the machine that we're working on today. This machine runs an application called TermUX. I've introduced this a couple of times, but this particular machine is actually going to be our saving grace in a time where hardware and software compatibility means everything. Okay, so this is what TermUX looks like. If we go to the home screen, right, this is an Android menu too, so this is basically what a phone would be running. We would go to the main screen, and this thing right here, TermUX, can be downloaded via fdroid.org. It's f-droid, D-R-O-I-D, .org. fdroid.org is a super useful tool because what you can do is look up packages and download them. And then that main app becomes like everything you'll ever need. So this is what we're actually going to be working on. This is what the actual application looks like. And then we're going to run a chat, right? We're connected to the internet, so we're going to run a chat. The way that we want to install this chat is by typing a command that allows you to download everything the way that you would in Google Play, but through text. So I'm going to teach you how to do this today. Okay, so we have PKG. This is an abbreviation for the word package. So PKG, space with the space bar, PKG install, and then we're gonna install something called WeChat. Okay, not WeChat like WeChat, we as in WeeChat. This is a chat protocol, and I actually run a chat room on this protocol via irc.libera.chat. So if you'd like to practice, you can actually join my chat room and I can walk you through it too once you connect. So we are going to install WeChat by typing PKG install WeChat. I understand this is kind of blurry here, but I'm also going to be speaking the instructions that I'm giving so you have an idea of what to type into your text-based window, okay? So PKG space install space WeChat once the window is open, and then we hit enter. The installation is going to begin. It's going to list you what are called repositories, and it's going to look like this. It's going to run through the roster. Now, I already have this installed, so it's going to give me a different prompt than it will give you, but I'm going to explain what it's going to do. This entire roster of names are names of repositories. They're like libraries where you can pull this information, it downloads it, and then once it's installed, you have your copy of WeChat that you can then run. So for my particular installation, it says 0 new installations because it's already installed. But what we can do now to get to the executive O command to run things inside of WeChat, this is how we do it. So we type WeChat and we press enter and look at what it does. It opens WeChat, right? This is where you would be logging in on an Android machine to come meet with me and talk with me and my friends on IRC in the room that I host, which is # Academia Gothica. Okay, that's where I'm at. That's where all of us are. Okay, so let's just, I'll give you a moment if you want to catch up, if you want to do any of that, then you have the ability to do that. And gosh, this is so cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm just gonna pin this. Yeah, there we go. Couldn't pin. Let's change. Okay. Okay, so from here, we want to, thank you, G7. Okay, we want to set up WeChat. So, oh, okay, hold on a second. Okay. There's literally a content disclosure. So, okay. What we're doing here is going into the application, typing set. And the reason why we're typing set is because we have a little bit of setting up to do for the application details first, and then we're going to continue on. So we want to set the IRC channel first. So we would type, oh, not set, sorry. It would be / where your question mark is on your keyboard, / server, 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 server space add, ADD, and then you would type in the name of what you want to call this particular server that you're going to connect to in order to chat with me and my friends, right? All of us, our new friends, is going to be like whatever you call it. So if you wanted to say, because your next command when you do this is connect, you would type / connect. So what do you want to name this connection, right? You could name it anything you like, but the shorter and the sweeter it is, the easier it is. So you can actually, the AI summary misspelled WeChat. I hope that doesn't upset anyone. So what we're going to do is install the name for this by typing server add, and then we're just gonna name it like IRC 1 or 2 or something like that, like IRC 1, IRC 2, or just IRC, connect IRC, right? So we would type server add IRC for the name, and then we would type space, and then we would type irc.libera.chat as an example for this. The reason why we would use this as our example is because this is where you would be able to find me if you were in any trouble and needed to know how to connect to anything. So server, after the /, it's SERVER space add, ADD, space IRC for the name, and then space the address that you'd be connecting to via web. So this is irc.libera.chat. Once you connect to irc.libera.chat, you would then hit enter, and it would give you a prompt that said a server was added. It doesn't, oh my gosh. Okay, everyone, so my live is actually telling me that I'm on a restriction because it's saying that like there's something going on with like me promoting products, but I'm not promoting products. I'm literally teaching you how to code without like installing a whole bunch of stuff on your machines. But if you'd like to join me in another live, we can go over there. I don't know what the deal is with this, but that's silly. Anyway, I'm also at stage 12 of the live journey, so I just want to thank you all for that. This is amazing news. And if you'd like to tip me for what you learned so far, I'm going to send a comment with my Cash App and PayPal. And I'm just going to like send it out to you because like, I don't know what is going on, but this is super crazy. Okay, here we go. So this is here. Share this with everybody. Like literally share this with everyone that you know, and I can stay live. Otherwise I have to start another live and continue this there because it's being super rude. So TikTok is being super rude to my live for no reason. This happened last time. I was telling people about the TikTok shop and there was like some sort of issue with it. They were just like, oh, you're promoting something outside, but it's like there's a whole paid disclosure and partnership thing. So it's I don't know, it's really funny. So I'm gonna type this here for you. Okay, so here is the latest comment. Make sure you copy and paste this. There you go. Thank you so much. And make sure that you hit that share button. It's like an arrow, and you share this with other people, okay? So apparently the restriction is gone, and that's fine. So now that we can connect, we can actually press connect, IRC, or however it's labeled, and it's going to set up the chat for you. It's going to open it up. So check this out. This is what it looks like when it's successfully loading. It'll open up a connection and actually like load the entire chat for you, and then you would join the rooms that you were trying to connect to. So you could actually type like join and then space # academia Gothica, no space, no underscore. Join Academia Gothica. That's where I am. That's where all of us are. And there you go. You are connected to the chat. You have the chat room people. You have like everything there for you. And this is actually where all of the fun begins, right? So with XXO, which is an executable, there are things that you can actually put into the chat window via the window and the application itself. This application, TermUX, will actually allow you to run a whole bunch of data from other packages that you have installed. So what I'm gonna do now is check to see if I have Toilet installed. Toilet is a fun application that lets you print really cool text-based stuff into your terminal window. So what I'm gonna do is check if package install Toilet is installed. And it doesn't appear that it's been installed yet. So we're gonna hit yes on the prompt. See, this is what an organic installation looks like. We're gonna hit yes on the installation and press enter. Yes for this is not typing out the word yes, it's actually just typing the word Y, or not the word, the letter Y. And you can see here, the installation is running through its course. And it is doing this at the time. So, okay, now that we have Toilet installed, we want to go back into the window where the chat is, right? And I'm actually going to go to the offshoot room for some privacy, right? And I am going to type exec-o toilet like this, /exec space -o. It looks like a minus sign. So -o space toilet, Toilet. And then we're going to type in a word, and then we're going to type in ways to modify the word in a text way to make it more like fancy. We're actually going to do a text dump. So check this out. exec-o toilet. We're going to type, let's see, academia_Gothica. Just to play around with it. And then we're going to type, what is that? Metal. Let's type --metal and see what it prints. Okay, so this is what it's doing now. It's actually printing out the Academia Gothica label in ASCII. This is what exec-o does. So literally, how cool is this? This is in a chat room. So this is how you can execute programs inside of a chat window. But what you may not know is you can do this with every single application that you install on TermUX. So we can also do this, not with Toilet, but with something called Rust Scan. We can actually scan IP addresses inside of this application, and I'm about to show you how, okay? So we're gonna do the same thing, type exec-o, but then we're gonna choose Rust Scan instead of Toilet for the package name, okay? So Rust Scan. And then we are going to type an IP address, okay? So I'm gonna go with a really vague IP address and type 10.10.10.10/0. And then I'm gonna type A. It may actually need to be A first and then 10.10.10. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. exec-o Rust Scan A 10.10.10.10. And then actually we're not going to type /0. We're going to type space. And then we're going to type B 350. Then we're going to hit enter. And would you look at what the chat does? Everybody, everyone. The application is running inside of the chat and printing your results to the chat. So you can actually witness your own work being printed out to you in the chat. There was also a printout of the results of this that says the batch size is too it's too small. The batch size is too small. So what you can do is you can increase the size of the batch. See, this was an unsuccessful read. It didn't actually do anything, nor is it, intentional, right? But increasing the batch size for this particular module will print back responses, and you would actually have an effective measure. So for what it is that we can do here, we can actually run programs inside of a text-based format without the use of Google Play, without the use of any of these installation softwares. And we can basically just run entire programs and apps inside of TermUX, inside of a text emulator. Like, we don't need applications, we don't need software, we don't need all these fancy buttons and everything. We just need to use our minds. We just need to use our brains to memorize things, to remember what it is that we're trying to do with the context of applications, and to just objectively apply it. It's like, here's, the plugin information, and here's where the information goes. And you just put it together, and you have a string becoming a function and running applications for you. And when I tell you how much space something like this actually takes up on your machine, it is probably close to maybe a few hundred kilobytes as opposed to dozens and hundreds of megabytes at a time. And it has a sincere effectiveness in comparison to these things. So this is like real builder software right here. This is stuff that you can build with, you can use, and it's actually very friendly to your machine without altering crucial parts of the machine for you, because it doesn't alter anything at the kernel level. It doesn't challenge anything at the installation level. So you yourself don't actually have to worry about anything that you do with this software technically breaking your machine or removing any fundamental components that would actually ruin its function if you tried to power it back on. So it's actually super safe for your beginner programmer who's trying to learn how to do this stuff for real. So I hope this helped. This has been Tired Goth. I hope you enjoyed my live. Thank you for joining. Thank you for participating. And thank you for sticking it out through the restriction that was just placed on this for promoting some really sick hardware. So I am going to be signing off. I'd like to wrap this computer show up by saying I'm so grateful for my fans. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who stick around and support me and show me that what I'm doing is exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And I'd like to thank you all by supporting you. And I mean, if I come to your lives, I'm going to be there for you, smashing those hearts on the screen. So I just want to thank you all for being here. And if you would like, you have my information. I'm available on PayPal, but someone was mentioning that there was an issue with sending anything to me under the name that I submitted because someone else apparently tried to use that name. And I am certainly not Richard Wagner. So I'm just going to say, message me for my PayPal links if you don't catch them in the live as a pinned comment. And if you are interested, I also have Cash App. That's hashtag XO14337. So it's letter X, letter O, and then the numbers 14337. You can tip me there. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Stay good and keep hacking. I love you. Bye.